Hey, welcome to Wolf's Watch. I'm Wolf. Thanks for being part of the conversation. And we are on the road on the way to a dinner meeting in LA traffic, and it's always exciting. Hey, I just wanted to follow up on broadcast we had earlier this week. We had a little bit of a problem with the audio. Still have some bits and pieces of an AI application that I had run earlier this year that occasionally I still haven't mastered because occasionally it gets a hold of the microphone. And even though we test, sometimes end up going back to not having the mic. Anyway, not to make an excuse, just an apology. Before I get to that topic, though, the being shoved out into the arena for you CEOs, today, some surprising AI industry news. Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, right, the creators of ChatGPT, he stepped down as CEO today. Got a vote of no confidence from the board. Apparently, felt he couldn't lead effectively, whatever that means. I'm sure we'll be hearing more about that. So that's a big industry shake-up within their company. And I think what that is really showing us is something that is predictable for the industry. We've got we've got some major players that evolved early in artificial intelligence tools deployment. And because things are moving so rapidly, you're going to see the industry consolidate a lot faster to having just a handful. And every industry goes through this cycle. Some do it on a 100-year cycle in the past. Some have done it on a 20-year cycle. And as technology rolls out faster and faster, we see this compress more and more. And in this case, probably looking at 3 to 5 years, using the start date at the beginning of 2023 or the fall of 2022. That 3 to 5 years to have that kind of consolidation, where there will be literally a handful, 3 dominant players, and then everybody else doing whatever. Think about search, right? In the late 1990s, there were a bunch of search companies. Yahoo was one of the top, and where are they now, right? Now it's all Google, and maybe 1 or 2 others that are kind of in there, but Google has most of the space. So most industries, the auto industry did the same thing. We've got 3 manufacturers in Detroit, only 2 of which are still really in Detroit. One's now owned by a foreign company. Chrysler is no longer an American company. It's owned by Stellantis, which is a foreign company. So there's only 2 manufacturers in Detroit left out of many, many, many manufacturers over the last 100 years. So that in the motorcycle industry, Harley-Davidson survived like 120, 130 competitors. Now there's only Harley-Davidson. Indian's back. Indian was out for a while. So there's 2 companies out of the last 125 years, nearly 125 years, 122 years or so. 1901 for Indian, 1903 for Harley-Davidson. So out of that span, there's just those companies left. So you're going to see this again in the AI industry. So now back to the re-topicing of the retake from 2 days ago about being shoved out in the arena. As CEO, as leader of your company, you might be feeling at times like you're shoved into the arena. It's kind of a lonely path. It's up to you to be able to determine how things are going to go. What do you got to do, especially with AI? What's the direction to be in? And it's, you got ChatGPT, again, large language models, deep learning, machine learning, robotic processes, data science, all these terms. It's like, what is it that's going to be working for you? What are the tools that are best for your company that are going to give you results, that are going to enable your team to unleash their abilities to an even greater extent so that you can create strategic advantage, so you can create more, which is all about creating more value for your customers so that you prosper, your team prospers, your customers are getting what they need, and the community you serve prospers. Well, it's just finding out of those terms. Don't get caught trying to become the expert on it. I'm sure you're not, but just as a reminder, this is kind of a TFTR. Thank you for the reminder moment. It's what is your role? Your role is to, yes, you need to understand it to be able to talk with the experts around you, to be able to determine what experts you need in order to get it done, to get, to be the company that implements, while most of your competitors who won't 30% won't even, 30% will implement. Of that, 5% are the ones that are going to really, really do well with it. It's just how application of stuff works. Now, that being said, don't get caught geeking on the tech. Learn what you need to learn, because you can get to, I heard this from Alex Hamazi recently. So you get to 80% pretty fast, and probably don't even need that much. Sorry, this is getting dark. There's not a lot of light here. I'll wrap this up. So it's just really about, instead of, as you're walking out into the arena or getting shoved out into the arena, think of the movie Gladiator, right? The main character, Maximus, gets pushed out into the arena. So what does he do? He finds out who else is in the arena. You're never alone in the arena, right? So you find out who else is in the arena, and you start building your team, start providing guidance, start learning, asking questions, right? Be comfortable with not being the most informed person in the room on AI, and don't get caught up in the false direction of feeling that you need to be, because you don't. That's not your role. Ask the questions. Stay focused on results. See what are people's ideas. What are they bringing to the table, right? What do they need? How can you help them get that? That's your role. Same as Annie, as CEO, right? Make sure that it gets implemented, though, and that you're getting results, because if you don't, one of your competitors or two of your competitors will, and they're going to knock you out of the park. So that's just a quick recap on that. There was more to it at the original broadcast, but that's really the core of it right there. That's the value for you as the owner of your company, CEO of your company. So we're going to keep rolling here. We're almost to our destination for a fun dinner meeting. Wish I could share with you who's going to be there, but don't want to be trading on other people's success and fame. But it's going to be a fun dinner. Maybe I have something for you about that somewhere down the road. This is Wolf's Watch. I'm Wolf. Thanks for being part of the conversation, and I will probably be waving at you here on the freeway sometime soon.